Louis. They were failing miserably, and I thought I was going to die there physically and mentally. And but it made me stronger. You know, it made me stronger. And I think if I did went CMC at that time, back in 2013, 2014, I probably would have been a force mass chief at this point today, eligible for fleet. Who knows? Because I would have been on that track a lot earlier. But everything works out for a reason. When I went to St. Louis, like I said, it made me stronger because it was super challenging. And from there, I went over to LA as a CMC, looking for orders again. They only had like I think 1 or 2 squadrons available in Lemoore. And so when they choose, either you go to Lemoore, California, or you go to LA, the recruiting command is CMC, because they open for business. I was like, well, I'm gonna take that LA for 100 Alex. And I went over there, and I'll tell you, that was probably one of the best experiences. And once again, I say LA is one of the best tours of my life, because it was such a broad command. On that command level, we were in charge of people in Japan, Guam, Hawaii, and just that level of responsibility, and then getting a chance to travel over there to see them as well, man, once in a lifetime experience. And I loved it. And I worked for a wonderful commanding officer when I first got there, who was my guest speaker at my retirement, Captain Cobb, which was great. And I think I was talking to someone today about that, like working with great people can make all the difference in the military, outside the military, make you want to come to work early, put off that leave. But working for bad people on the other side of it, you can end up, taking a bunch of sick days and showing up to work late, leaving early, making a whole bunch of excuses because of the circle that you're around, and that toxic environment can cause that. And I appreciate, people ask for the secret ingredient. It's not like you and I create these people. You're blessed or sometimes fortunate to have these people in your lives. And like, man, that's why sometimes people feel sad when you go, because man, they get the replacement, to get that same team again. Oh man, that's like seeing lightning strike in the same spot.
It's hard to reproduce that.
Yeah. So, but that was phenomenal. And then of course, from that CMC tour, which I did for 4 years, I was trying to do 5 and then retire at 30. It's like, nah, we got another spot for you. We need you over here. And I'm like, And so they had like, again, 2 DDGs in, I think, Virginia. And then they had there was 4 or 5 squadrons, VP squadrons in Jacksonville. I was like, I'm going to take that Jacksonville for 100 again. And, and it was great. The only thing I would say about that, another life-changing kind of challenge for myself, was going back to a VP world where I started from a command level position. I realized how closed the community really is when it comes to interacting with other communities. So recruiting for 20 plus years and all these different recruiting commands, we deal with every rate, every walk of life, tall, short, purple, green. And you learn to get this walk of life people, these different people, to on one page, one team, one sound, one beat, to go get that job done. And in a squadron environment, especially that only really goes to like Woodby Island or Jacksonville, that they don't really get a lot of exposure to different perspectives of thinking or leading or just different walks of life, and then that was like a shocker for me. And then it's also showed me another place of like how life could really be for you when you're in a place where, representation could really matter, or it doesn't matter, however you want to look at it. But it was great. And, I sit back sometimes and I know people see me even today on base, it's weird. You finished over 32 years. That don't seem real. That can't be. Talked to a gentleman today. He said, I'm finishing up on 20. My hat's off to you. I don't know how you did it. I'm like, time goes by fast, and maybe maybe it is the grace of God or some type of miracle, immaculate conception. I don't know, but it happened. It went down. So that's the deal, man.